Today's video is brought to you by Sleeper. So you think you know football, huh? Okay, let's turn your football knowledge into real money. Download the Sleeper app, the ultimate fantasy app that can turn game day into payday. Just download the Sleeper app and pick more or less on your favorite players. With more stats than any other daily fantasy app, just choose 2 or more of your favorite players from pregame or live stats. Pick more or less from predicted stats and you can win up to 1,000 times your money if your pick wins. So use the promo code CFO and you'll get up to $100 match on your first deposit. So download Sleeper now and let's get this money, gang. What's up, football fans? It's your boy Jay Tuck, and some of you know, but some of you may not know because you're new to this channel. Welcome. Hit that like and subscribe, right? But I'm a huge Florida State football fan. And when it comes to this special player, I loved him coming out of the draft, and that is Keon Coleman. Now, people forget, Keon Coleman was a basketball player from Michigan State. He transferred to Florida State, and honestly, as a Florida State fan, we didn't expect him to be like this, right? Johnny Wilson was our #1 wide receiver. We got Keon Coleman, who he showed some promise, but we did not know he was going to be a dog. And then versus LSU out there versus Jaden Daniels, Keon Coleman said, "Don't worry about it, Tuck. I have arrived," which should have been national championship. But I ain't gonna talk about that. But Keon Coleman had another great game for the Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens. Was 8 of 11 for catches, 112 yards, 1 touchdown. His longest reception was 25 yards. So you're starting to see Keon Coleman evolved into being Josh Allen's #1 target, and I think that's going to continue throughout the course of the season. So I had to do a film breakdown on one of my favorite young wide receivers. So let's go get in the lab. All right, here we go in this big comeback victory of the Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens. Now, you'll see on this play right here, it is currently 3rd and 9. You have Keon Coleman up top, lined up right here in this compressed set. And the thing that I like about Keon Coleman in this play specifically, he's fighting through contact. So as you see, he comes on this deep crosser. There's contact here, getting bumped a little bit. Like I said, it's 3rd and 9. Contact, little contact. Now, you're going to see this little subtle move right here in this cut right there, right? This little cut right here, this little plant, right? What that's going to do is send this corner who's playing man coverage upfield, which is going to allow Keon Coleman to come back, create space, and secure this catch. Toe drag special from Keon Coleman. Big 3rd down play from Keon Coleman. Let's watch it in full speed. But I like the way he's able to fight through contact, create separation, and secure the catch on the boundary and keep the virtual chains moving. All right, 1st and 10. And the thing that you'll see when you watch Keon Coleman is lined up top, right up here. All right. So the thing I like about Keon Coleman is, one, he drives off the line of scrimmage. Good, comfortable stance. And this right here, right, low center of gravity, how he's able to use his fluid of his hips, right, his hinge right there. The guy is hinging right there, right, get low, right, ready to put his ass in some grass, right, great separation. And then this is what makes him special. He can go up and catch the ball away from his body, not catching with his body, not being a body catcher, because there's going to be some impact. You know what I'm saying? He's about to get double teamed, right? This is versus the Baltimore Ravens, so they're a hard-hitting team. Right? Catches away from his body, secures the catch, braces for impact. Good play. But like I said, when you're watching him full speed, the flexibility of his hips, that's those basketball traits right there. Skirt, catch, brace yourself for impact. All right, 1st and 10. You're going to come out a little gun bunch formation. Just a simple little out route for a 9-yard gain. But you'll see Keon Coleman right here. Lined up, comfortable basketball frame. I love Keon Coleman, one of my favorite players in that year's draft. A lot of people was hating on Keon, you know what I'm saying? The doctor, right? Little bunch shotgun formation, simple out route. Driving off the line of scrimmage. Easy money. Catching away from his body. Josh Allen can make those plays all day. Next play, 1st and 10. And this is a good job on Keon just finding the hole in the zone. Now, I have a lot of smart football fans that watches this channel, right? We got some ball knowers. So I kind of hate that term. Pause if you will, right? We got some ball knowers. So on this play right here, tell me in the comment section what coverage this is, all right? I'm going to tell you, tell me what coverage this is, okay? Right? And I'm telling you the easiest way to kind of figure this out, if you take a line and split it, you're gonna have a certain coverage on this side and a certain coverage on this side. So comment below what coverage you think this is. I guarantee y'all probably know because y'all are smart, right? But on this play right here, at the top of the screen, sitting in the hole, and this is what makes Keon Coleman special. Like I said, those basketball Michigan State traits, being able to go up, high point the ball, and make plays, hands of pillows, good concentration, high pointing the ball. You see that athleticism, and Keon Coleman is really starting to put it together, y'all. Go up. And that's all Jordan Travis did at Florida State. When at Florida State, and I'll post the Florida State film in the comments below for all the Bills fans out there. But all Jordan Travis did with Johnny Wilson and Keon Coleman was toss alley-oops all day. I ain't reading no coverage. I'm just going to put the ball up and let my God-given ability wide receivers go up and make plays. And that's exactly what Keon Coleman did on that play for Josh Allen. I believe he's going to continue to do that for the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills fans, you should be excited. Salute to my guy, Dan Mitchell. I know some of y'all Bills fans was hating on Keon Coleman. Don't make me come over there. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me come over there, because that's one thing you're not going to do is hate on my dog. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Gonna run a little simple drag up here. Got Keon Coleman located right here. Simple motion. And bang. And the thing about this play right here is it shows how him and Josh Allen are actually in sync, because he's gonna sit right there in the middle of that zone. Now, typically, what is taught, right, to wide receivers, to all my wide receivers out there, all my pretty boy wide receivers, if you see grass, which there's a lot of grass right here, right? A lot of grass, you're supposed to keep moving, right? But if you see a defender, then that's when you're supposed to sit. So there's a lot of grass, but Keon Coleman still sits. So sometimes on these plays, right, that's where you get the miscommunication where Josh Allen thinks he's going to continue to run, right? So he might throw it out here. But good communication between the quarterback and the wide receiver, sitting in the zone right there, making a play underneath. But yeah, sometimes those plays can be tricky because you're kind of taught. If you see grass, keep moving. You know what I'm saying? But this defender right here, number 3, he was kind of reading up on it. So if you would have led him, maybe he would have came down and made a play. But good communication. It shows that Keon Coleman and Josh Allen are on the same page, which is something you desperately need for your wide receiver and your quarterback to be. All right, so here we are, 4th quarter. This is money time. This is when it matters the most, right? It's 4th quarter, 4th and 2. You know, Bills are trying to spark a comeback from getting blown out. You had a bunch, then you're going to send them in motion, but you have Keon Coleman lined up right here. And there's a lot of chaos. This is a crazy-ass play when you're watching in slow-mo, right? So, boom, trying to do the crosser. That's not there because you have big number 98 peeling back, right? Yeah, big number 98 right here. Boom, right? He's not going to get pressure, right? He's not coming after Josh Allen. He is actually going to drop. Boom. Show. Drop, right? So now it's a big cluster in the middle. You know, this is clogged up. There's nowhere to go in the middle. You can't move. You got one person, 2, 3, 4. You know, so the middle of the field is gone, right? So there's nowhere to go right there, all right? But Keon Coleman using some of that savviness, getting over the top. Now, Josh right there, dog. Josh, hey, Josh, yo, MVP. Hey, hey, bro, he's wide open, right? But I don't think Josh Allen saw it. I think he's still coming off his progressions, right? So still didn't see it. But see, Keon Coleman didn't pout. He didn't say, damn, bro, I was open, hit me. Keeps moving. Now it turns into a scramble drill. And that's where you see those athletic ability. And number 24, ankles, right? And Keon Coleman still open, right? Now, if you're looking at this play, you would think just simply, if you're playing Madden or college football, right, I'm just going to go right here because it's the easiest window. It looks like it's wide open, but Josh Allen doesn't make that throw, and that's why he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, because if he goes here, you have this defender who's redlining to knock this wide receiver's head off, right? So luckily, Josh Allen didn't go there because it would have probably been an incompletion or someone's going to get laid out, right? But he hits Keon Coleman in the back of the end zone, toe drag, ball security, big time play, 4th down, that's spearheading this comeback for the Buffalo Bills. In this play right here, this is the money, right? If you watch some of Keon Coleman's highlights in college, you saw this before. He can make people miss in the open field. I feel like that is where Keon Coleman is the most dangerous in the open field because he can use that athleticism, those basketball traits, those sticky crossover moves, right? So here he comes, right? 4th down. This is 4th down. Fourth quarter, right? This is 4th quarter. 1st and 10, but this is to get the win. Rhyme. Here I am. You know what I'm saying? See my dog Easy. I'm over here rapping. See, I told you I can rap a little bit, right? 1st and 10. Let's go get the win. Keon Coleman is wide open on this inside move. Now, this is what makes him deadly. This little skirt, right? Ankles get snatched. Now, luckily, this defender was able to shoestring tackle Keon right there, or he would have gotten to the crib. I'm not even sure if he even touched him, but something tripped up Keon Coleman just barely. I think he probably did just whip his back foot right there that caused Keon to stumble, but this should have been 6. But it shows what Keon Coleman can do with the ball in his hands. So like I said, this is one of my favorite young wide receivers in the NFL, and I feel like he has extreme upside potential. It's only the beginning, Bills fans, so you should definitely be excited when it comes to Zero Hero Keon Coleman. Funny kid, great kid, but don't let the funny stuff fool you. He is an absolute dog. If you like football breakdowns, you're in the right spot. I'm going to be completely honest with you, fam. I ain't even gotten in my bag. I haven't even got started yet. So comment, like, subscribe, and turn that notification bell so you do not miss out, because I got a lot more film sessions coming up. Peace.